Session number. Come on, guys. Session number. I'm waiting. Yeah, 3. Right, session number 3. So tonight we'll take up the challenge of completing our very first portrait from beginning, complete with pen stroke, complete with thinking, and let's see if we can live up to our challenge. So keep open your sketchbook ready in front of you. Harini had asked if we needed the grid from the last session. Sure, it's cool if you have the grid from the last session. It could be useful, but I mean, why even depend on that grid? I mean, you can just start off making the grid right away. So I am also drawing along with you the complete portrait. I want you all to start with the grid in 2:2 aspect ratio. Currently, I'm drawing in this A5 book. So what makes most sense? What's most is to make a 14 like 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter square grid. Okay, so let's jump into this. So I'm starting with 2, 10, 12, 14. How much centimeter? Yeah, it's 3 centimeter from the bottom. 3 centimeter from the bottom. I'm setting this. Okay, and then I'm going for, I hope you're all able to understand that I'm not mumbling. 2, 10, 8, 6, 4. Work fast. Don't spend too much time on it. 2, 0. Then let's complete this grid here. So I have left a little bit of gap here, 3 here, so that I can just easily connect this. Okay, so here, let me also check horizontally. Yes, checking horizontally. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Here as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Two. It's also drawing the grids vertically. 2. So you will notice that if you're leaving the 2:2 thing, this would typically fill up your A5 thing. And here you have the basic grid, the foundation behind drawing your first full front portrait.
Hi guys.
Is it the same grid like last time?
Yeah, 2:2.
Okay.
2:2.
Hello people. I'm very offended. None of you missed me. I thought somebody would ask where is Sanchari. Nobody asked only. Even Tanvi didn't ask.
Anybody miss Sansari? Is Sansari asking? Did anybody miss her?
Nobody asked about me only.
I was about to.
Hello. I can't hear. No, acha, tell me what is going on.
You can't hear. No. Like
Tanvi, you also didn't miss me. Wow.
I was about to ask.
So you will say. Nobody. I'm so very offended. I will not come for these classes. Anyways, they are getting too complex for me to understand. Very sad. Anyways, I came for a short announcement because you people are not giving me a lot of wow. Nobody is missing me. So we are organizing workshop next Saturday, Sunday to get more people who will at least ask about me when I'm not in the class. So please join the workshop. The workshop is on a very, very special theme. We are combining the best of our talents, his art and my tarot.
Tarot
A
cards.
lot of people in this group have been asking. lot of people in the group have been asking about tarot, and tarot works best as a group effort. Matlab, you know, it's like meditations again, the energy more the people, you know, group classes versus on its own. So please join this Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to talk about some special elements. Hema, you should specially, Hema is there, right? Yeah. Hema, you should, I'm my special invitation. I expect you to be there because I really want you to understand. You'll really find something interesting. All these mystical symbols and all that you have been thinking about.
It's a tarot reading or how to read in the car, how to read the cards.
No, it's not a reading. It's basically, I will just tell you some basics. Like there are a couple of symbols in tarot that are repetitive. We'll be drawing a moon and sun. You have the copy now. So we'll be drawing things like that. I'll explain what is tarot basically. How do we, and how does art come into the picture? How important is visual representation in tarot? I'll explain a little bit about it.
Reading for us also, that will be great.
Reading is a more personal thing. I'm sure you don't want your cards to be opened. Once I opened his cards, oh, you would want that on a more personal thing, I would say, but I would tell you what exactly can you read through it? Because a lot of people ask me, Corona khatam ho jayega kab, and all these questions. That I can't predict. So come in for those sessions. I would really like it. And karte, and then after that, if we like this, we could carry on a tarot series for you people completely in.
Cool. Okay.
Chalo, all right, you guys continue with your face. I have a small quiz for these people in the middle of the break. So ask, let me know, okay?
Yeah. When we take the break.
And please, Miss Mia, give me some credit, okay? Your art teacher is taken care by me only, okay? And I take care of your classes. Your PDFs I make. I do also a lot of work in this. You don't give me enough credit or salary.
I'm giving you enough.
No credit, salary.
So you heard the girl. Give her enough credit. Let's get on with the drawing here. Now, so we have up till now we have easily made the 7 by 7 grid. Okay. Now let us figure out the center of this. After 3 grids, we have 3 grids here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we have 4, 3. So after 3, in between 3 and 3, we'll find out the center. So this being a 2 centimeter grid, I take 1 centimeter from the top, another centimeter division. So after 3.5, I make divisions. 3.5, I make divisions. All right. So we have done so far. Now, what are the basic prelims that we have done? Our head from top to bottom will be here. This is the bottom limit of the head. This is the bottom limit of the head. Then here, this is the top of the head. Okay, this is how wide the head is going to be. Let's decide the outer limits of the head as well. So
can you zoom out little so the entire page will be seen?
Yes.
Also, I just joined in, so is there a reference image that I missed in the first couple of minutes or something?
Oh no, Harini, we just made a grid in this time. Do you have the grid from the previous paper?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So just take that up, use your tracing paper and quickly trace over a grid. We just made a 7 by 7 grid on a fresh paper. I wanted to do along with you. So I made a grid here right now. That's it. It's all visible, Hema?
Yeah.
I just need to slightly adjust. If I take it too out, you'll not be able to see it.
Perfect.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, by the way, do stay behind after this session, all right? Do stay behind after the session. Like after the session, when everybody leaves, do stay behind as well. Yeah, so we have this here, we have this here. Next, the next thing is let's decide the outer limits. Let's decide, like if this is the center of the eyes are going to come on this side and this side. So minimum 3 grids wide or eye, this will be. And see, not all faces are going to be 5 grids wide throughout. That's going to look very wide and very chubby. This is the 5 grids is the maximum limit to which the head can come, which is mostly going to be the top of the skull. So once we understand that, what we can do is we can take these 5, we can take this here. Okay, this here as well. 5 grids, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grids. 2.5 from this. Keeping these as the limits. Let's draw a circle. Let's see how much the circle can go. How much the circle can go. See that? Just by now we have drawn plenty of circles. You know it. Just freely move your hand. I call this thinking with the pens, thinking with the hand. You're just, like you're loosely drawing, you're loosely sketching, so that you kind of create this impression on this circle of paper. Don't be rigid about it. Go loose about it. Expand, expand, expand. Be fully there, and like loosely let. Eventually, you can let go of the grid, and this is every time you draw a portrait, it's the first thing that you're going to draw. You're going to first start off the circle. Then what we do is we have the square base here. We have this base, a straight line base here. What we are going to do is we are going to just draw this in a way that there is this coming. We had learned that there is this bone called zygomatic bone, after which this goes downwards. You're not going to draw it this way. This will be awkward. You're rather going to create this division such that you know that there is this line here, okay, which roughly comes around the space where the lips are going, okay, and then we can do this. So like just guesstimate and then sketch this out. So this is from where the neck is going to come. Notice the furthest point is here, and then from here we are slowly taking it outwards. The furthest point being here, from here slowly we're taking it outwards. You can make this leaner, but at the end you're going to draw a square base. So you have this template basic idea for the head. Let's repeat the same towards the other side as well. At these stages, notice that like I'm keeping my pencil loose, keeping my pencil very loose, and I'm loosely letting it. Don't let it go too much in. Okay. I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm just going with the flow of sketching. I hope you're all able to keep up. We are actually going at a moderate speed. Okay, I'm just what you say, bringing you into that mode, bringing you into that state of mind that is required to create. Lot of this drawing has to come intuitively. We cannot exactly say which grid is going, which grid is going to come. I think the problem is a lot of us tend to get too analytical about it, too analytical about things which is really not necessary, and we let go of that intuitive mind of ours. So our like tune into that intuitive mind, we see faces all the time. How exactly, like how is it possible that we see faces all the time? From when we wake up, we look into the mirror, and yet we are, when it comes to bringing that on paper. Oh, see, are you all confused regarding the XT link? Because it is a bug from this thing. That is a timing that it given earlier and it's changed it. The session timings are the ones that we had discussed in the group. Rosina, is that why you got confused and you got a little late? I'm concerned. Yeah.
Have I missed something?
No, what I said was, are you confused with the XT timing? Because that is a bug, that is an error. Like we had it clarified multiple times. Is there any like, are you confused about the timings? That's why I'm asking.
No. It's okay. I missed the time. I was not able to.
Okay, no worries.
It's the
Guys, the
hangover from
timing.
the previous class, Niranjan, you know. Till 7:30 is there in the mind, you know.
Because
So
at
I
7
also late.
p.m. now.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. I know the previous class is 7:30. We are keeping it at 7 p.m. because I noticed that towards the end of the session, like a lot of you tend to get very hungry. We start at 7:30 p.m. and we don't get a whole lot of time. Besides, I am an early sleeper as well. So let's say we have at 7, we can peacefully have 2-hour session without any problem. Session can end anywhere between 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Otherwise, in the last part where I check your drawings, it will have to go in a hurry. Okay. As I was saying, how is it possible that you see faces all the time, and when it comes to bringing them on paper, we tend to struggle? We are clearly not tuning into our intuitive memory. So we have this. And then the second, what is the thing? Next thing that we can do is we can look for the vertical divisions. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 from the top, 3 from the bottom. We have the spot at the center here. From here, what you're going to do is we will start with a straight line. We'll draw a straight line here, but let's understand the fact that these are rounds. So drawing an eye with a perfectly straight line is not the best strategy that you want to deploy. Rather, You're going to use the straight line as the base. You're going to draw a straight line. From here, you're going to slightly curve. A slight curve. See this? A slight curve. Let's also make this a little straight. We had learned that the skull, how is the structure of the skull? The skull has this part where this is the uh, you this is the what you see, the major part of the forehead, and then you have this part, you have this division, you have this division going on here as well, and it comes in these planes. So we're just going to get the hang of these planes. So this being the center, from here we had learned the lessons in contour. What is below the center of the contour line has to come this way, what is above has to go this way. So as we go along with these horizontal lines, if you can visualize how these are going to come, that would be of great aid to you. Yes, we had learned about all of this, these contouring stuff. So we draw this center of this. And how do we find the center of this? How much centimeter is it that I have here? I have 7 centimeter, again the 3.5 centimeter, and we draw another center. This is for the nose. Then we draw I have nearly 4 centimeters here, and I draw another thing here. This is for the bottom of the lips. So like I have approximately got at the position of this. Okay, are you all till here? Yes, yes, no, yes. Ishita, Shalini, Archana, Meghalay, are you all able to catch up, and are you all getting this? Yes, yes. So we have the basic molding for the face. By now, the thing is, go back to the first anatomy class and think about how you can visualize them in 3D. We are going to do that simultaneously. Sure, Tanvi, no problem. I mean, if you want some time to catch up, kindly tell me. I am myself taking these sessions for the first time, and it takes a while for me to understand the right pace. Keep a balance between going at a good flow versus not rushing. Yes, are we ready? How's Rosina? Are you able to quickly get here? Hema?
Yeah, done.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
yes,
doing. Yeah, yeah.
yes. Yeah. Kindly do not hesitate if you want me to, like if you just want some time to catch up. Yeah. So we have this. Now going to the next part. Along with this, I want you all to be able to visualize this as a 3D plan. Like imagine Iron Man's helmet. Think of it that way. So as we draw these lines, SIB will just add these. We'll just add these. Guys, please keep yourself on mute because I can hear the echo of my own voice. Please. Yeah, thank you. So we'll just see them as 3D forms as well. This is a skill that you have to develop. See this basic template you're drawing, you're just drawing it as 3D forms. See that? It's no longer a flat line on which you're just drawing expression and stuff. See, this is, you're virtually able to visualize this in as 3D. See this, are you able to visualize the bulge of the forehead? Are you able to visualize this, how this, yeah, this part bulges, this part curves in, this part goes with the contour. Are you able to gauge this? Look at this. Are you able to get this in 3D? Yes. So this has to be solid, rock solid. And then we are going to get this peak here. So you can now solidify the pencil strokes, get them clearer. Like now your form is more defined. The loose lines that you had drawn, this is more defined. Okay. Great. Now, uh, let's start by the adding in the features here. How far is the eyes? We had learned that our eyes, this is where we have one unit here for the eyes, another unit here for the eyes. Yes. When we draw the eye, we will learn. It will take us 1 week. I'm dedicating one entire week to drawing and inking the eyes. For now, I will quickly tell you how we can suggest an eye. We'll just suggest an eye, but it's going to be complete. So first, these are the outer limits of the eye. Okay, I want you to mark these points. Then we also know that this is where our eye socket, this is the top limit and this is the bottom limit. Our eye socket is nearly this one grid. Our eye socket is nearly this one grid. Imagine a circle here. That imagine like this entire thing becoming a weird shape, and this is the area of our eyes. This is the area, like this is going to be our eyeball. Here as well, this is going to be like, let's just signify this. Signify this eyeball here. Okay. So we've drawn a man with the specs, and these lines perfectly form these specs. You have done this. Secondly, let's let's add the basic thing for the nose. Your eyes shape, when you define it, you know that you have this crest that's just coming here. This is the top of your nose, right? This is your top of your nose, and you just curve it elegantly, like curve it elegantly. Your eyebrows are going to come from here. We had learned that it's going to be the top of it. You can just suggest this as well. You can also just suggest this as well, the top of that, and this is what it's going to get. Come here. So we had this icon here. From here on, from here, we will give this nose one unit, a circle, and our nose we know has to be slightly bigger. So make a full circle here. Okay, we added this one. We got this crest coming here. You curve it in elegantly, and along with this, you just add these little suggestions here as well, like slightly along here. Okay, like I mean, our nose has to be a little wider than this one unit. That's it. And then let's also extend this slightly outwards as well. Like we don't want to keep it too small. So and then from here, you just add this bridge. This part is called the bridge. So just suggesting this nose, it's narrow here and it comes wide here. So we got this. We got this. I mean, we are not clearly defining, but we are just suggesting the presence of a nose with a round and with this. So we can make this more like, if you have that image of the skull, you can look at it and you can really appreciate its shape. See, it comes here, it goes a little bit up here, and every time it becomes a more solid thing. So it's very wide here. It goes in, and then from here you have this bone. So you have this bone here, and then this goes here. So here the zygomatic bone comes, and then you have this part that becomes its inline. You can define this here as well. You can define this every time, like you're going to define these at every stage. You're going to look at this portrait as a whole, and you're getting it better defined. You can give it you can define these, and then these can curve in slightly. These can curve in, right? At every stage, you're defining the portrait as a whole. This goes in, and then this bone comes out, and then here as well, you're going to draw this. Make sure at this stage you don't keep pulling it in. Give it a little bit as well. There is a funny story about how a monkey divided the cake between two people. Have you heard of that? It's from the Panchatantra. So the story goes this way. There was a monkey. He was said to be a very old wise monkey. Two squirrels apparently were having a quarrel over. They got a cake. They were having a quarrel over who would get the most. When they divided, it was not done properly. They gave it to the monkey. The monkey then chewed a little bit of the cake from one end, and then said that now it's balanced. But then he noticed the other side was slightly bigger, so he chewed that also. Now this, and then the next one, the previous one became bigger. He kept chewing. The cycle continued until he finished both the cake. So let's not make it that way. You keep bringing it smaller. Always look at how this entire package is going to look. Look for the 3D form. Okay, this has to imagine if you were to make a cardboard model of this, how this would look. Your perception is very important. Now we are clearly, we can see the thing. Are we the monkey? Don't be. Okay, so we have this. Then here we have the lips. We can define the lips here. This is the bottom of the lips. We can also extend this slightly here. The lips, the widest point of the lips is going to come in between the eyes. We had learned that. See, when we draw, don't draw straight line again. Visualize the contour. See this contour is going to come this way, right? If you have doubt, you can look into the muscle reference. So this comes here and then this goes here, right? Don't be afraid of making it seem like blocks because it's from blocks you further turn them round. So we have divided this block here. And see, look at this. So this needs to be harmonious. You can draw as many these blocks and blocks as you want. See that? It only defines the shape further. It only defines the shape further. See the muscle, this part is called the frontalis, it comes here. These folds, we have this set of muscles here. Corrugators, they come here. See that? We are defining. At every stage, you're working on the drawing holistically. At every stage. This is a good way you can let your intuitive mind take over. Because we all know this. We already have this within us. It's just that it needs to be recalled. The way to recall it is through love. So this needs to go out and this comes in. See that? That is the way this face works. This feature works and goes in. And again, this goes out and this goes out and this comes this way. You don't want to make it too wide because then it will look like a ball, but rather you want to give it the shape, a seeming shape of a skull. Like how would a skull and a muscle thing be? Connect. Like if you wish to, you can touch and feel your own head and feel the contour along. That is the best practice. Feel the contour along how these are going. How these are going. As you draw this, make them more and more linear along the way. See that? Connect these to these muscles. Are you able to establish this connection? Connect these to these muscles. Are you able to establish this connection? Are you able to see a 3D mesh work developing out of this? You can connect these here. These can be connected as well. You can further, like the finer you make the shape, eventually what is a curve? It is a straight line that are endlessly bending. So bend, a straight line bends. As this becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, it becomes curved. So similarly, we can make it smaller and smaller. Don't worry about making it look like a paper folded structure now. This is where we start. Yes. Shall I continue? Shall I move forward? Am I going too fast? Are you able to see this eye hole? Are you able to see this depth here? This depth developing? It's based off the rules of contouring. See this center here. From the center, it gets wide, it gets wide, it gets wide, it gets. After hearing your permission, I'll move forward.
Finish, Niranjan.
Yes. Okay. So now the next thing is let's draw the mouth. Again, we are not going to draw a flat line. Kindly don't. We are past that. I want you to we are always keeping this thing in mind. And then we are going to draw around here. So this is the max and limit of our thing. Don't draw it straight again. Consider the curve, how it's going to come. This is going to be the max and limit of the lips. From here, we will add this. So let's just suggest now. Your lips, in fact, like there is so much details that goes into the lips.
Center of the eye, is it? The edge of the lip.
Yeah, so the center of the eye, you just need to pull this line. Imagine how this line would come if it curved. That is going to be the extreme edge of the lips. Just try this. Just extend this outwards and you'll see that this looks like the grin of that Joker in that Batman film movie. This seems to be the most appropriate. If you make it closer, you'll see that the lips, there is something missing here. It kind of seems like a hole. This is a sweet spot, center of the eyes. You just need to take it. The nose does not come this wide. The nose just slightly outside of it, 1 unit and slightly outside. These are like subjective variations mostly occur here. Some people have rounder, some people have pointier nose. But up till here, most of these are solid. We have this here. Let's just suggest the lips here. See, how do we do this? We know that there is this shape. So see, we can just draw this shape here. Can you get this shape here? Like make it seem, just draw this boat here. Yeah, the boat here. Draw this boat here. Okay. You have drawn this boat here. These might not be the precise shape of the lips, but it's okay. It's just suggesting. Yeah, it requires we are dedicating separate sessions for learning these features. Just suggest for now. Leave the space here. See this, you have this U of this nose. You have this part above the lips here, right? And then you draw this. So just draw this one reverse boat here. Like draw this, what do you call this M, right? You want to draw this M. And it comes here and this comes here. This will do for now. This will do for now. You can just add this little bit of the shape here. But make it symmetric. Like whatever you draw, if you make it symmetric, it will look nice. At least make your boat symmetric. Okay. From the center, you have this line. And then you have this chin here. And you have this bone that develops here, right? Right. Is it true? Isn't it true? You want you to indicate that. Again, like you can touch and feel your own bone and see how wide it's going to come. And then draw in what way that makes most sense to you. Just trust your muscles, your perception, your sense of perception, and just draw this. So this will come off as a separate curve here. So you can separately, you can add a added curve. This comes here and then this just adds up slightly, right? The contour just increases little and then you come here. And then so you want to just get this slight small vibe across. Let's also connect these necks. So we have the thyroid gland here. And then we have these neck muscles. It just goes out, comes in and goes out. And don't worry too much about it. Just suggest. So this man looks pretty solid. Okay. Have you done so far? Yes. Have you all drawn this outline, these representative features? Have you all been able to get the contour right? Are you able to feel the 3D depth of this? Yes. Great. Yes. So this looks like a mask. Let us add a small eyes to this man as well. So drawing the eyes, most often what happens is when we draw the eyes, we draw it like a cashew nut or a fish. We just draw like this. Our eyes are not this way. If you notice in that image that Deepak had shared, these lines are not exactly coming at the middle of the eye. It is true. Your eyes, in fact, this part, your eyes, when you connect, there is this part in the edge where we call the tear gland. So your eyes, in fact, they don't come this way. They come this way. Like there is this rapid rise here. This divide this into 3 shapes, 1, 2, 3, and then again here, 1, 2, and then this rapid, this rise here as well. So if you look at it, if you look at this one, the symmetry is somewhat like this, right? It is this symmetry. It is not this symmetry.
Niranjan, 1 minute. I mean, can you just repeat that again, Niranjan?
Sure, him. What I said was, most often when we draw the eyes, we draw the eyes like a fish or a cat or a badam.
Yes, yes.
Right? This is how we typically think of the eyes. But our eyes are not this way. Our eyes, in fact, we have this edge, this portion in the eye. So in your inner eye, your eye is here, this portion, this inner eye. If you look at it, this has this part that is curved down. This part is called the tear gland, this inner part. This is always curved down. So this end, this edge, if this is how wide your eyes are, this includes the tear gland as well. This is the edge, outside edge. Usually people have downs, some people have almond shaped eyes. Yes, but most often when we learn to draw the eyes, it's never a perfect almond. Very, I mean, I haven't seen a very perfect almond. If you have reference images, kindly share. I would like to see. So this part comes down here. Rather than drawing a perfect almond, East Asian city, like send images. I would like to see. I would really like to study. If you have references, please, I would like to study. I can expand my knowledge. Mostly when we draw Asians, we bring in change in the eyelids. We don't draw the eyelids. Asian eyes means, Mongol eyes means we don't draw eyelids. That's it. So this part. So how we go about with this is like if this is how wide your eyes are supposed to be. You take it from here. This part, this goes down this way. This part goes down this way, and then you can make this shape come here. Similarly, you add a kind of a symmetric. So if this is the bottom edge of the line as well, Just as how this is long here, this part is also long here. And then we add this 1, 2, and 3 here. See, this seems more like your eye, your regular eye. So the symmetry is not like this. I'm saying this, the symmetry is like this. You understand? Mostly like this. Like the symmetry is mostly like this. Diagonally. Understand, Hema? Understand, everyone? We'll
Understood.
learn. We'll learn this in depth. Like the next week is entirely dedicated to drawing, guys. So the basic premise. Once that I just want to explain the basic premise because I didn't want you to draw this eye and think what the hell is wrong with my drawing. So this is how wide your eyes are going to be. Your nose are coming here, and then this comes, this 1 unit wide your eyes will be. This will be, your eyebrows are going to be here. You can somewhat extend the half of this as the widest region of the eyes. From here, you just pull this down, like make it wide enough, pull this down. Okay, and then you also make this. So you also make this one, see?
Niranjan, is that 1 unit? Are we sticking to the 1 unit?
Yes, 1 unit. It's 1 unit. Your eyes are at 1 unit. See, 1 unit, 1 unit. This is a unit, right? So we have represented the size here. Like here you can adjust the eyebrows accordingly, like how you wish to, how you wish to get this done. So you can slightly represent what you say, closed eyelid or something maybe. Or just keep it, or just like you can just represent an eyelid here. Inside this, you can just represent this eyelid here, and this part also here. This cheek. Again, let's draw this here. Again, see, this needs to rise up. We can adjust the shape accordingly. Like you don't want to make it too wide, so just adjust this eyebrows accordingly. It's very subjective. Like these are very much person to person dependent, but you just extend it like this from here a little bit. We add this curve here. Similarly, we bring in the similar thing here, long curve here, and then we make it like this here. This is the, like, make it symmetric. Again, make these, we want to make these symmetric. So even my eyes lack a certain symmetry, and I'll have to just adjust it. If you want to just represent, see, now that looks more like an eye. So ours is we have a basic template face here. Let's also add in the ears. So the ears, how wide is it? It's at this eyebrows, this unit here. The eyebrow unit it starts. We don't want to make it all the way wide. We just, what you say, we just represent this here. Like the ears hardly play any significance when you see it from the front view. So we draw this, and then how wide is this? It's from this nose tip. So this nose tip comes here, and then we have this ears here. Again, we get this out. We draw this, and then we also have these ears here. So you have your representation. Your hairline comes here somewhere along here. So I mean, it's not very important about as till now, but you can, of course, like you can, if you wish to, you can add in suggestion of a hair, hint of a hair. We don't generally need to do that, but it's okay. Like I mean, if you wish to, this is for your understanding. And push this down. You can make this down here, and then we just. We've given a hair to this person as well. Whom does this look like someone you know? This looks like someone you can tell them they have a template face. Anyone? Ears are placed how many units? So the ears start, the top end of the ears are at this level of eyebrows. The bottom edge of this are at this. You just pull this line from the nose, and that's the bottom edge. Hollow man. Top and bottom. So top is again this eyebrows. This eyebrow unit. Bottom is this nose unit. You want to get that. Yes. You don't want to make it too short. Just want to get this correct. That's it. Yeah. All right. So we are done with this. Now let us move into the inking part here. So what I want you to do is these features we are going to highlight. We are going to draw with the bolder pen. You can choose between whatever pens you want. For this one, I am going to use I'm going to use a combination of 0.3 pen and probably 0.1 pen. I'll draw this using 0.1, these contour lines using 0.1, these features at 0.3. You choose your pen. You can even go for 0.05. Like the difference has to be seen. I have to, once looking at it, I have to know that these are features, these are the contours. All right. So I want you to understand that, and let us go with, I'm going with my sets. You pick your pens. So you have your 0.3 pen, and now let's detail. Let's ink out these features here. So you see this comes here. You want to draw this feature here. You want to represent this nose here.
So using
You just
a
make,
thinner pen for the features is now what you're doing, is it?
I'm using a 0.3 pen for highlighting these features. See, just think of this as a cardboard model also now.
Okay.
Your cardboard model, these are the parts that would really pop out, right?
Okay.
If you carve this on a cardboard, can you visualize this? Make this on a cardboard. These are the parts that would pop out. So these features, as I say, we are just going to draw them boldly. I'm going to highlight them, draw them boldly. So you have this. You have this. So draw them bold. Then let's also connect these eyes here. These eyes come here. These eyelids, I mean, if you think this makes your portrait look scary, you don't have to do it. I just wanted to represent this. So we have these pictures coming here. Then let's draw out this lips here. See, notice the shape. Starting slight curve here, slight downward bend here. And then this comes here. This rises up. It's not a perfect W. There's a slight curving down here. See that? Then there's this round tip here. And then this also. Then this as well. And then we can draw these. Let's add, see, these are the next features. So let's do this. So I mean the definitions is about how you add it, where you understand your understanding of the bones, the placement, all of that. And then you draw this.
Yesterday, when you drew the lips, Niranjan, it came below the last square grid. Today, it's coming
Yesterday,
above the line. Yeah.
yeah, like somewhere on this. We just want this somewhere
Okay.
on this, like right. The bottom line of the lips, this line, this lip line is the bottom line of the lips.
Yeah.
So you can keep it on it somewhere below it, slightly, like base it around this.
Okay.
Base it around this. So don't worry too much about that. Are you able to get this? Are you able to lock down? Don't worry about the precision, just represent. So, I mean, you all have a very good sketching skills. You all have good sketching skills, which is why you joined in for this in the first place. So just rely on that. I mean, if you don't want to get these intricate curves here, just draw rather like if you can't understand this one, all of these parts here, just draw your regular curve. That's enough. You just want to represent like how these ears look. Or you can go even more basic. Just draw a cylinder here. Understand? Just represent. For now, just represent. Like the more basic you go, the better. So you have the set. Yes, are we? Have you all done this so far? Have you all got this? Yes. Yes. Okay. They have this. Next, let us note down each of these features here. By the way, I wanted to check the time. Yes. Okay, so now we will get into the contouring part of it. I hate to keep you all waiting because I can see the sense of anticipation in your eyes. But we will just have a short break for, yeah, like a few minutes, just have a short break. Sanchari will take over, right? So yeah, you can, if you haven't done this, you can take over. You can work on,
Should we
doing this so
erase
far.
the pencil lines?
No, let it be. Let the pencil
Okay.
lines be. These are your guidelines.
Okay.
Yeah, these are your guidelines. Let's not touch the pencil lines till now.
How you asked us to draw our portraits without knowing anything, Niranjan? My God.
Are you happy with this?
It was horrible. I'm not posting it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let us
At
see.
least
Let us
after
see.
this class, I think I can attempt a little better.
Let us see. Let us see.
Hema, mine has fat cheeks.
Okay.
Oh, you're asking about your self-portrait.
Yeah, self-portrait.
Okay. See, I asked, how about this session?
At least now with this, we can little attempt.
Little attempt. How do you like this attempt? That's what I wanted to
It's
ask.
very nice.
This is coming out well for you.
Very well.
Yes. So you know what I'm going to say now, right? What is it?
Trust the process.
Yes, 100%.
Oh wow, one you guys have got really, really good. Okay, see, you've already been making faces. Oh my God, it's just been second class and you're making faces. So good improvement on that. And acha guys, I wanted to announce about the next workshop, next August boot camp, because it's a very, very important part. And you talk about how different you've seen our batches grow, right? And
There are people here from the fourth batch,
right,
third batch.
right.
This is the most unique class.
And one thing we've realized that was missing from our batches was people loved art, but they were not able to express the beauty and they didn't need the words. So, like I've been seeing a couple of you people have been difficulty in posting your artworks, and I feel like you need to learn how to express the art as such. So, we've conducted a different, this type, new type of a boot camp where we will talk about great art of the world. Every single session will talk about some famous painting. So for example, by the time you finish the first week, you'll be able to make Starry Nights by Van Gogh. And that will be a week completely dedicated to Van Gogh, where we'll talk about how his mental health. Event at a class part, he will get it. But more than a boot camp, it's going to be an art appreciation camp where we learn to talk about artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Degas, Rembrandt from Italian age. Then we will learn about Japanese arts. We will learn about mystical vases. We'll do Michelangelo. There's a lot planned for botanical. We'll do florals. So even if you've done ancient India, if you've done, you will still find it's a very different. You have attended his classes. They're all different sessions. It's a very different format. And please tell your friends about it. I mean, I would love to have, people who are general art enthusiasts who are looking for emotional release, who are looking to fall in love with art like we did, to go for it. So I hope to see some of you also here, because I have such lovely conversations with some of you people here about art. Why not let's do it with other people as well? Let's discuss great art of the world with other people, with the greatest artist of the world.
So
Come.
if you think that we have been doing good work until this time, this is our the best work that we are going to put in our lives. That I'm
Can't hear Niranjan.
I can't hear.
oh,
Can't hear.
my volume is already too faint. Okay, so what I was saying is, if you think that we have been doing well until now, this is the best work. This is a lifelong best work. This work that we have been putting into the batch, the background studies, all of these, how it's calibrated, the depth to which this has been working on is tremendous, and it's going to be, which is I don't know what to say about it.
Like just imagine your first contouring class that you had, and all those, we had to reevaluate it completely according to an artist, to a period, every stroke, so that's going to be the format also. Saturday he'll explain you the basics, but we'll talk a lot about history. So I think you'll like the class. I genuinely think, because we don't feel like we call ourselves art worshippers, but we are actually pen illustration worshippers. And this we realized, and we decided that we want to give you a more holistic experience. I want at the end of this course, you all can talk about art confidently. You can, sound like those pretentious people, look at paintings and comment, oh, this is such a better work than Paul Cézanne. Talk about Impressionism, Van Gogh, everything. And we'll take so many suggestions from you. What theme do you want to work on? What other artists you want to cover? Core community has already done the Vitruvian Man, and this week they are doing Wave of Kanakave. So we are really working hard. We're studying a lot about it, and it's beautiful. What we have learned, we want to share with you. Yeah. Now you draw faces. I'll share the link.
The long story short, the B9 batch. The B9 batch is the registration is about to begin, and I invite you all to join yet again for another never before seen art journey. Tell about it. Tell about it to your friends as well. We would absolutely love it. Thank you. Let's get into the portrait. Now, this part here. Let's work on the rest of this one here. So I'm going to take my point on pen. And what we are going to do is we are going to start adding contours of this. So just visualize them as 3D forms and you're going to work on it. How is this part come? So this part probably looks like what do you say? This part, if you consider this one, this looks like a certain globe, right? We had drawn that circle here. This looks like this globe here, and it has this strong round here. So except this is actually curving upwards, so we'll just consider this as upwards. And yeah, how is this? This comes off as a, it doesn't come as a perfect round. It comes of this and then kind of like little bit of flattens here and then it goes here, right? This is how the shape of these, if your forehead is. So you don't draw it as a perfect round per se, but rather you feel that contours along this thing here. And then you start making curves accordingly. So as per the rule that you had learned, when it's closer to this one, as it gets wider, the spaces become more between it. And as it goes further and further away, these spaces become closer. And you can appreciate along. So along these folds that you have drawn, you can just appreciate along them and can start making these contour lines as if your form is 3D and you make it 3D. Okay. And then here, let's do this here. I just had a deja vu experience. I got this vision of some days ago, like probably some months ago, before I planned about this similar event that's happening. It's happening. Okay, so look at this one here. So this crest comes here, right? And this part, it kind of turns around here, and you turn it here. Again, this turns around here. This turns it here, and this part comes here. So whenever you're drawing contours, you're not going to draw them as as just in one direction. You're also going to consider how it's going to look vertically. So this comes here. Okay, and then your cheek. So on this cheek, you have this, in fact, you have this cheek muscle that goes, but you also have this fat tissue here. This here you have a fat pad here, and it depends upon the phase of the shape. This widens, this broadens. So here we're just going to consider a slight bulge here. This part bulges out, and then this tapering that goes, a strong tapering that goes down here. That is how we are going to consider. This is very subjective, this part. So see, consider this. We are working on the horizontal and vertical simultaneously so that you're able to get a grip on both. See, this part goes up and then this comes here. Goes up and it comes here. Comes here. See that? Are you able to see this as a paper fold? This comes here. And see, it has to get wider here, and it narrows here. It gets wider and get narrowed. Wider and narrowed. See that? So you're able to clearly see this coming up. You can draw this here. And this is the center. So if this, considering this is your center, everything above this will be slightly curving upwards, and everything below this will start curving downwards. Right? So you can work on this as well. See this? See, this depends upon the shape of the nose, but let's just draw a typical cone. And look at this. You have this bulge here. You have this bulge here. Or if this is too hard for you, just draw one straight round here. This is too hard for you to visualize. Just consider this as a straight round because we haven't yet learned how to draw a nose. So just consider this as a straight round and draw the contouring strokes for this. See that? I'm going ahead with the session considering that you have all been learning. You are all familiar with these basic concepts. You're able to get the feel of the form. You're able to understand contours. And it is that paradigm with which that I am going. And I hope this you're all comfortable and able to keep up with what we are drawing. Yes. Yes. Let's go ahead with this as well. Here as well. Right. So you want to pay attention to this form here. You don't want to overtly curve it, but keep it kind of like, yeah. See that? Get that shape going. You don't want to overdo it though. It kind of has to come here. Okay. Just go along the pencil strokes that you had already put. So this has to curve out here. This curves down here. And see this part too, it has to come out. Right? This part here, it kind of curves, and that's what you had learned. That's how your eyes are, right? This curves in. This curves in. See? This part curves out. Right? Remember your bone structure. And then this goes here. You can add more curves that goes like this. You can adjust them to singular strokes. Get it? And this part needs to curve an additional, curve a little extra. So this part comes here. This comes here. A very basic face, but it's coming. And then you add this tapered form here as well. Tapered form here. Let's also add curves along this. So these ears are pretty complex. It has forms that curve in, curve out, and we are not getting there. We'll just draw it as, imagine it as a basic, what do you say, cylindrical stuff that is stuck onto this, a plate or something that's stuck onto this. We just consider that and we just add this 3D form here. Keep it slightly unique from this and you can do this. Okay. Let's also add some couple of vertical strokes. It goes here and then this has to come out. See this? And then here we can add an additional, like extra curve, because this part of the nose has this nose ball. See, this part has this nose ball. It slightly curves upward. So let's just add that curve as well. Yes. No lips. See, slightly curve this out, curve this in. That's it. For now. And make it give this an additional curve. Give this an additional curve from this, like additional curve. Like think of it, you made a 3D sticker on this. Or even like you're sculpting. Yes, Rosina.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
As ear has different kind of structure, no? So does it maintain that curve there?
Yeah. See, the ears in fact has a rather complex structure with this helix that comes here and then this goes inwards, it comes out. So it's very complex. Rather, we're just considering it as imagine Rosina, we have this head here. So here's your head. And on this, I've just stuck. Imagine you just stuck this, what do you call it? Cucumber here. How would this come? Yes, it would come somewhat like this, a curve. Just push that. Imagine you just stuck a curved paper or something on this. That's all you're doing. So for the hair, you can add something. You can, you can just make it additional curvy, depending on how you visualize it to go. Like if it's a hair that pops out, give it a lot of pop, or you can just follow along this. But giving it an additional pop will just give it that feel. So yes. Just put this along. Then let's add this neck here, center. From here it curves out, this curves out, this curves out, this curves out, and finally this part comes out.
Niranjan, could you just zoom out a little bit, please? I want to see the hair.
Oh, you want to see with the hair, is it? Yeah, I hope you're getting this.
Thank you.
Very hard to zoom out beyond this. Are you able to get the form, Harini? A lot of it are the contouring concepts which I started doing more of after from the B7 in fact.
Yeah. No, but I think so.
We're slightly touched upon this. You have it, but probably not in depth. Like it's from the B7 I started going more in depth into this.
Correct. No, but yeah, I think so. But when you look at it, you know, it's like, got it.
All right. It's just about that. Just go back to the lesson on still life. It's the same thing that we learned. So you got this.
Niranjan, Pratya, just one doubt.
Yes,
Just
Pratya.
below the eyes,
Mhm.
the contouring, should it be outwards?
Yeah.
Just,
So this part here, this you're asking about this part, isn't it,
yeah,
Pratya?
yeah,
So so how this comes is, Pratya, you have this part here where this is the eye socket. Your one unit here, this is your eye socket.
yeah,
Okay, this is your eye socket. How this comes is, and then this you have this bone here. You have this bony structure here, which is called the ridge of the eye. The ridge of the eye. Okay, okay, Pratya. You have this ridge, like just
yeah,
touch and feel along this one. You have this ridge here.
yeah.
And then how this, if you visualize, if you see in a mask, or if you just visualize this, how this looks is, it's almost like a skin is stretched from either end, from this end as well as from this end. It's stretched, it's outstretched, it's pulled inwards. Probably not as much, but we are making a representative identity so that these becomes we slightly exaggerated so that the structure becomes more bold and evident to you. Kind of like it's pulled inwards.
Okay.
Okay, right. So we're just representing that here. Is representing that here. So in fact, this looks more realistic, like it slightly pulls out, and then it you know, like it comes out, it comes out, it comes out, and then from a certain point here, your highest point of the cheek, it again goes downward.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So have you got it till here? Yes. So what do you think? What do you think of what we have drawn till here?
Excellent, Niranjan.
Excellent. So did we keep up with did we win the challenge that we had set for ourselves?
Shall I tell you something? Yesterday, after doing my self-portrait, I was like, am I sitting in the wrong class?
Uh-huh.
In fact, me and Meglai had a conversation. I was like, Ayyo, what did I do? What did I commit myself to? It's not coming.
Yeah, it's not coming. You just drew from a place of complete ignorance. I wanted to see how you would draw it. That's it.
Today
Place
I'm
from
feeling better.
You feel better?
Yeah, after the session, definitely yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Congratulations, guys. You all, a lot of you made your very first portrait. This is the basic. This is a good basis from where you start the portraits. Now you notice all that is missing here is probably we'll need to define each of these features in depth. We'll have to understand how to draw the eyes in depth. We'll have to draw how to draw the nose, lips, and all of these in depth. The ear structure has to come out correctly. The face we have to contextualize. Looking at the references, we had to make these more precise. The hairstyle has to be set. The foundation has already been set. The rest is all upon how you build upon it. Right?
Also, we have to take into account different skull sizes. Like some people have a small head, some people have a bigger head, bigger forehead.
Yes, all these contextual differences that play out. Right. My Tanvi's face structure is essentially different from my face structure, yet it is the same. It is fundamentally it has similarities. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So after, like, similarly, you can also try the profile view, the side view. You can draw the grid. Yes, you can draw the grid and you can try it out. So in that way, you'll have to go back to making those. You have to draw the structure. You have to draw the facial structure. See how this nose is curving out. Try this on your own. Try that on your own. You have the basic understanding. You have what Fix. You just need to add that and then try the contours. It's okay if you exaggerate it a little. We are developing, we are learning. Just as Hema said, after 3 sessions, now I feel better. After 3 weeks, you're going to feel so much better. So you learn each of these. You may ask your questions. Go ahead. How did this come for you? Why don't you share your book so that I can have a look at it and give some individual feedback.
Share it on the group.
You want us to
share
share
it
on the
group.
WhatsApp? Because you
The
said not to
portrait.
share on the WhatsApp, right?
Yes. That is okay. See, that is for the practice exercises that we'll work it out. Don't worry. We'll work it out. For now, you can just what you say. For now, for the live feedback, just share it in the WhatsApp group. So in addition to this one, you can also try the 3/4 view. Yes, this one is from Tanvi. Excellent work, Tanvi. Hey, Tanvi. It'd be cool, there is so much noise at the TV. That's a problem. So much noise about the TV. But how do you feel? How do you feel regarding what we do and what do you think?
I think it came out very well in terms of what we did. Even though in the beginning of the grid class I missed this bit of it, but today I sat and did everything from scratch. So I think now I can like sense the muscle skeleton framework and this coming together.
Yes, you can see this developing to full portrait. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic. So yes, from what I see, this seems pretty fine. I cannot really point out if what is wrong anywhere. Like it looks good. This looks very good.
Thank you.
Let me look at. Welcome. Let me look at some more. Let me quickly look at some more and see what can be done. Hema's work is pretty nice. It's mostly I just feel that I'll quickly go through. Okay, because looking in depth at everything is not going to be that thing. It'll be repetitive mostly as well. So now looking at this facial structure here, what you need to look for is that do not make it very wide. Do not make it very wide. This part here, if you consider, you have drawn a person who's really chubby here, but what you can do here, so in order to really solidify there's these things here, some of them if you notice are wide. Meghalaya has done a very neat work. Congratulations, Meghalaya. You had not been present for a lot of these sessions, including the contouring one, yet you managed to do a very good one. Again, see what I noticed regarding Nalanti's work, regarding Hema's work, Usha has done it fairly well, is that you tend to, especially around the area of the cheek, you tend to exaggerate it.
Skip my.
Yeah. I will look into it. I'm looking into it. I'm looking into it. So when I see a lot of your portraits, so the thing is, see, let me seems fine. So look at Hema's work here. This is I will get into Haridis. So if you consider the work by Malanti, if you consider Archana's work here, so notice if you're seeing this in your own work as well. Some areas you tend to slightly exaggerate it a lot. Some areas you tend to flatten it out unnecessarily, like needed. So this, if you look at this, face here. So let's look at our face from profile view. Okay, let's look at our face from profile view. When you look at the face from profile view, this part is biased. It comes out. And the class may have to attend. Sure, no worries, Ashita. Did you try this out? I didn't see your work. Is that? Did you share in the group? Hello, Ishita, I can't hear you. Yes. Still working on it. Sure, Ishita, no problem. After completing it, do share it in the group. All right. Take care, and we'll see. In that. So when you consider this one, this part comes wide here. So it becomes important, especially when you're drawing the face in profile. This comes out, this goes up, and this this part is mostly wide. After which one, this part doesn't come out very wide. In fact, for most of the time in the head, this part is the widest. It comes here, and then from here, it slightly becomes wider here. Probably not this wide. Probably not this wide. So a lot of your drawing, what it looks like, it's almost feels like there is something stuck here that makes it additionally white. You want to look into it. You want to look into it. You want to get into the feel of the face and read, be able to sense, read the contour and bring that to paper. A lot of your involvement is needed. In addition to this, what I would recommend you do is you pick up some of the, let's say we have this image of portrait. We have this, yeah, we have your portrait here. We have this one. How would the curve of this come here? So how is this curve coming? How will this curve come here? You have the trace. You can take a printout of this, put your tracing paper on, and you should be able to feel the contour along this. Oh, it is gone. The photos will be deleted. Okay, so let's consider this one, for example. Here's another portrait. If you consider this, how would this come into play? You can see a clear round here, right? This seems like a ball. Exactly, you're able to read the contour of this face. If you consider this one, this part slightly curves out. Notice this part here. This part also, you can feel it slightly curve out. So you're all experts at inking. But what you all can do is you can take a good printout of some portrait images. I will share some images for you to practice. You can all take good printouts of it, or in addition, you can take printouts of your own photos, whatever, or let's say your self portrait, a photo of you, whatever, or anyone that you want to draw, and then you try to trace along it the contours. You can sketch the outlines just tracing it. You don't have to get into the details. Just draw out these features. Just as we had this features drawn here, there you can just what you say. You can define the features better because you're tracing it. And then also along it, you'll be able to read this. So just as how you had drawn your other stuff, see these come here, these will go here, these will go here. Are you able to read it? Just as how you had done your still life drawing and other stuff, you can get into this as well. You can just get into this and you can get into the flow of this and draw this. So try understanding this and that will give you a very good understanding of how to draw the face. That is the way that you can develop your basic sense of how the face is coming. A lot of us are a little, what you say, we are not used to being able to read the face and we are not, therefore, we're not able to seeing visualizing it as well. This tracing exercise will help you visualize the thing. Understand? Yes? Yes, yes, I will practice. Yes, it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. Like take printouts. I will share with you more and more printouts. Try different faces. Try lean face, try chubby face, try faces in different angles. You can try 3/4 look. Start with the front look. Try the profile view. This entire week. So we have this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This entire week, have fun, trace. Have fun, take good printouts, trace along this one. Okay. So and try like get into the look of it. Be able to visualize all of this. We are again we as we learn the skin tones, as we learn all of these, we'll understand all these minute details that we are going to add into it. For now, just use your own, let your own intuitive sense guide you. That's all that.
Sorry to go back, but if you can just take a look at mine and tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm
Yeah. Certainly. I'm getting into the work here. So now looking more closely into Harini's drawing here. So see, firstly we have the center here. Harini has drawn a rather leaner face here, and this seems fine to me. This seems pretty fine to me. You are able to get this cheek here. This is a leaner face. right? This is a linear face and you're drawn according to this. You're drawn according to this here. So this seems fine to me. This cheek is coming here, this bone, these are all coming. You have drawn this hole here, the nose, all of this. All of these seems to be coming pretty fine to me.
The lips and the chin.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the details of that. The lips, we haven't yet learned the structure of the lips in depth. You understand that there is a separate contour that's happening here and you have represented it. Yes?
Okay.
That's all that you need to work on for now. We'll learn step by step because portraits is pretty tricky because a lot of things happen at the same time. Each part is interlinked with another. And when we want to get a face, like it's not like I can say I can dedicate 1 week to botanicals, 1 week to like either everything has to be thought together to make sense. You have to get that cohesive sense. So we will that's why I also told you to first draw your self-portrait and then each week as you progress, keep working upon improvements. Now what you can do is you would have taken a photo for that self-portrait. Along that photo, you can take a printout of that photo and then you can trace along that photo. So that becomes another, understand, Harini?
Yeah.
That becomes another variant for you to try. That becomes another example for you to try out. Like look for these and you'll enjoy it week by week by week by week. You will notice the progresses, the changes, all of that's happening. So don't worry about the details of the features.
Oh.
All I want you to develop is the sense of the three-dimensionality.
Okay. Okay.
For the portraits, whenever we look at a picture, let's say we take a printout, from where do we start? Like first we trace the picture or first we make this grids? What's the process like?
Right. That's a very good question, Tanvi. How I would deal with the portrait, is see, you don't have to necessarily draw the grids for this. These grids were an exercise to re-emphasize. It's a revision for you because we just learned how to construct a thing using grids, base using grids. Now after this, we are going to focus individually on each features. I'm not going to ask you to draw the face. We'll dedicate 1 week to eyes. After that, we'll draw nose, lips. We are going to dedicate each of these weeks to drawing and inking these features. Only in the end, I'm going to ask you to come back, put all of this together in a portrait. So we have time. We have time till then. So this entire face and length, how it's going to come is really, don't worry about that. But we have this intimidation towards faces. Understand? We have this intimidation towards drawing faces. This practice exercise will also help you get over that intimidation. Okay.
So now we just trace and we understand the shapes and the bulges and the cheekbones where they are, how exactly from where there'll be light reflected, all of that.
That's it. All of that. You can look into all of that. So the lighting study is a good one. You can understand how the lighting, how these features in 3D, how the light falls on one, how it affects, how the shadows affected. You can look into the traces of this. So for example, so that will also help you understand the shape. But if you look at this one, there is strong light. So there is a strong light source that is hitting here. And then these parts tend to fall in shadow. So you know that this is curved. This just re-emphasizes that this is curved. It also helps you better read the form. It is darker here. So you know that when the light falls, this is the brightest and directly opposite to it, this part is the darkest. So it is inverts. Understand? So similarly to the lighting stuff that you did, you can do a study of this. You can even use your pencil and shade using that. Understand the three-dimensionality of the form. That's certainly very good stuff. We can certainly do that. And where to start with? Where do I start with? See, it's not necessary that you have to draw these grids all the time, especially when you're tracing, because the point behind this exercise is to understand the contouring thing. Yet it would be cool if you, even despite your tracing, you draw the grids and then you analyze it, just as Deepak had shared. You draw the grids and you analyze how true does it go with the grids, like what are the differences that occur. Then you will appreciate these rules even more. You will also see how when I finally compose it, what are the possible differences that can come. So it'll be cool. even on the printout, if you trace along the sun, you look into this. There you go. That is also good. Be creative with these practice exercises. Be creative with this practice exercises. It's what you say. This requires some involvement. This requires some level of intensity, and what you say. Think of all the ways I want you all to lose the fear of the face. Understand. You should be able to understand how each of these forms and all of these are coming out. So just look into that. So go ahead, guys. Let me look into some more artworks. Let's see if I can find anything that I can comment upon. This seems fine again. See, this kind of the same that I have to say regarding what I had said. So Untas also, you see a lot of you have exaggerated this part a lot, right? You see a lot of you have exaggerated this part a lot.
Okay.
So
I didn't
tracing
find
and
it further
understanding.
debate because I joined late.
I understand that. You kind of hurried as well the session. Yes. Sure, Shalini, no problem. Thank you so much for
So
joining.
this
in.
should not be exaggerated.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you consider a trace, it's different for different people. Like essentially, your facial structure is different from mine, which is different from Rosina's. So these are all going to be very unique. What I have given you is an approach with which you'll be able to understand and appreciate these differences more. We did a contouring practice.
Correct.
For a very basic template. Yes, Harini. Yes, Harini. Thank you so much. So would you be joining in for the upcoming weeks as well? You said you want to give it a try. Yes.
Yeah. I'll call, maybe call you tomorrow also, Niranjan.
Sure. Do make a decision. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great class.
So what we did tonight was an approach to which you can draw, and it was a very basic template phase that we did. Contextualize to different things. Contextualize differently. If I had time, I would love to try out 5-4 different prints, and I will send videos. I will send some WhatsApp videos about regarding how I would trace, how I would study it. Keep a watch on it, and that should give you better clarity on how this can be done. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Yes. Let's see what else I can look into it. Yeah, Rosina's. I mean, it's all of you are getting it. What I'm happy is Jyoti, Shalini, all of you are able to get the understanding well. You have all done good work. Like I cannot say anything is bad per se. You have all understood the concept and you're all getting it. It is just that you have all interpreted these forms in your own ways. And that's okay. You're not familiar with it. I just told you, bring a curve. You brought in a curve according to what you felt was the most appropriate. That's about it. There's nothing that's wrong about it. You just need to get familiar with phases, which is why you need to take printout and trace along it. And that base drawing underneath will give you a good readability. Okay. So, guys, any further questions? Yes. Yes, Bina. Thank you so much. Happy. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Niranjan. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
really a good session. Okay,
Thank
bye.
you, Niranjan. Bye.
Bye. Enjoyed it as well.
Bye, Niranjan. Thank you.
Bye, Isha. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gayatri. Yes. Hema, kindly stay.